Welcome to Bible Reader Companion. We are continuing our studies in 1 Peter, chapters 4 and 5 these next couple of days. And we're going to be looking today at 1 Peter chapter 4, beginning in verse 7. 1 Peter chapter 4, beginning in verse 7, reading from the New King James Version. But the end of all things is at hand. Therefore be serious and watchful in your prayers, and above all things have fervent love for one another. For love will cover a multitude of sins. Be hospitable to one another without grumbling. As each one has received a gift, minister it to one another as good stewards of the manifold grace of God. It's interesting, he says, there are some things that are coming that are going to be a challenge. And in the midst of that challenge that we face, what should we be focusing on? We looked a little bit yesterday at the idea of the mindset that we have as we face temptation, and that our mindset should be that of the mindset of Christ. He talked about that earlier in this chapter. But here he talks about something that is also a mindset of Christ, and that is that above all things have a fervent love for one another. Here's my question. As we have gone through the various trials and tribulations of our life, and maybe particularly of this year, what has been our concern? What has been our attitude? Has our attitude been, woe is me? Has our attitude been, oh man, these things are horrible and I'm just so mistreated and I'm so affected? Or has our attitude been, you know what? There are trying times afoot. There are trying times that are really difficult for us. And here's my question. How can I serve somebody else? How can I demonstrate my love for somebody else? Because he says, with these things that are coming and being serious and watchful in our prayers, what are we to do? We're to be concerned about others. Have fervent love for one another. Love will cover a multitude of sins. We'll help people overcome the trials and tribulations, the temptations that he spoke about just previous to this, because we're showing that love for one another. Be hospitable to one another. Spend time with one another. You know, it's hard for us to demonstrate the kind of love that's described here if we only see each other for a few minutes every week and we never talk to each other other than that. What are we doing to demonstrate that love? And as each one has received a gift, do what with it? Serve yourself, build yourself up, protect yourself, guide yourself. As each one has received a gift, minister it to one another. God gives us things that we might be able to help others, whether it's the gifts that we have physically, whether it's our abilities, whatever it is. God has given us these things that we might be able to love others and serve others. Is that what we're doing? As we face trying times, are we more concerned about who's going to take care of me and woe is me? Or are we more concerned about love one another, help one another, minister to one another? Thank you for thinking on these things, and we'll hope you'll join us again tomorrow.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook for more content like this.